Hi Capricorns, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. For all my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women, we're now covering kind of like the midpoint of January. So as you can see below, from the 17th to the 23rd. And this week we're being greeted on the 17th on Monday, or depending where you're on the world, with a full moon in Cancer, your opposite sign. So maybe not the funnest full moon that you will feel, since we're technically still in your season depending on when you watch this. And basically when there's a full moon, it means that the sun and the moon are in opposition, they're opposite signs. So this one is a very strong one, okay, a very strong one, especially because it's like the first one of the year of 2022, so we're really gonna feel it. So just, you know, be patient, be kind with yourself around this time. Don't be surprised if you feel kind of like a lot of built up feelings or emotions, or you see other people like being really emotional. You're just like, oh my God, what's going on? Look outside, you're like, oh, it's a full moon. Yeah, I remember. So just keep your emotions in check, or if you have a Cancer friend, or, you know, someone you love that's a Cancer, check on them, make sure they're doing good, because they may be really struggling at this time, okay? And then the next day on the 18th, we have Uranus and Taurus going direct. So this is good. Uranus doesn't really like to be in Taurus, but since it's going direct, that's a little bit better. Us practically being and acting out, going through changes in our own unique individual way. Despite whatever other people may think or being looked at as crazy, if it works for you, it works for you. And not being afraid to do things your own way. So if there's something you've had on hold, or you're like, oh, I didn't have the courage to do so, now is going to be the time to like just go for it, because not everyone may know or see your vision, but as long as you see the vision, you believe in yourself, go for it. That's all you need. All you need is faith and belief in you, okay? All right. And then on the 20th, we are entering Aquarius season. So we're shifting from your season. Happy birthday, by the way. Let me know if you guys have birthdays this week. My cuspers, Capricorn, Aquarius cuspers, happy birthday. But we're now closing out your season. You had your time, you had your moment, and now we're shifting into Aquarius season, fixed air. So more stronger opinions, far out there thinking, hence why I have the little spaceship emoji. Maybe next week I'll use an alien. And very indirect, being very indirectly direct. It's very Aquarius energy. So at this time, it's going to be really important that you have your own mind. You're not easily persuaded. It's good to keep an open mind, but make sure no one else is controlling your mind and you're not easily influenced, okay? Because your intellectual property is very important. So if you see and feel a certain way, don't let anything or anyone persuade you. It's your belief. It's what's real to you is real to you. No one can take that away. Okay? All right. So we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. Okay? All right. So my beautiful Cappies, when it comes to your health, there's temptation here, a lot of indulging, or, you know, kind of wanting to do things in excess, not being, moderation kind of going out the door. So just kind of keep that in check. It's okay to indulge. It's okay to enjoy. Okay. It's all about desires. It's okay to like enjoy life a little bit, live a little. You don't always need to restrict yourself and like, you know, be so robotic. Like, it's okay to enjoy, live life a little bit, let loose, but just don't let it get out of hands. Because I feel like there could be a lot of temptation or things that come up that just try to distract you from your goal, or get you off track. But it's like, say you're on a diet, right? And there's a birthday party coming up or something, or your birthday, right? And you're like, like I'm on my diet. But if it's your birthday, you can kind of let loose a little bit and then just go back on track, right? Like, you don't have to like stick this and like never eat sweets or never do this or never drink. Like, it's okay to have a little moderation and you just get back on track, but just don't go, you know, binge or let it go too extreme, because there could be some temptation around you, but you can enjoy life a little bit. Okay. All right. When it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, it feels like you're returning back to something that you once cared about or you once loved, like a hobby or a piece or a project that you had in mind. You kind of put it on hold and now you're like, you know what? let's continue on. I want to get back to this. I want to do this again. I want to work on it because it's still close to my heart and I want to finish it. You know, I don't want to leave it incomplete. I want to finish it. Or you're reconnecting maybe with an old colleague, work friend, business partnership, or something you used to, like an old dream or an old business idea, or anything with work, school, career, like you're getting back to it, or you're working on a passion that you used to have, or something that you used to dream about when you were a kid or when you were younger. But it feels like you're reconnecting here and doing something that you love, or doing something that kind of makes you you remember or brings back memories from your past in a positive way. Okay, all right. Like maybe you're visiting your old high school or your college, or you're seeing someone you used to work with, or something like that. Okay, all right. So when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side we have the 8 of Cups, the Hermit, and the Universe. So some of you could have Virgo somewhere in your chart, your fellow Earth sign. And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. And it applies whether you're single, in a relationship, married, divorced, situationship, friends with benefits. You don't know what's going on. It's okay. It's just the energies. So don't worry. On this side, we have 8 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the 10 of Wands. So 2 8s already on the ground. So very, very strong, very strong energy here. Could be even a Scorpio as well that you're dealing with, or we're dealing with. I do feel like this person could be another earth sign like yourself, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Out of the fire, maybe Leo, okay? But it doesn't have to be any of those signs. It could be any sign. It could just be the energy this person is embodying or playing out, or be like a mixed match of those, okay? Just keep that in mind. But it feels like you could have had like a breakup recently, or a separation, either within like, you know, I wouldn't say super recent, but it could have been recent, or within the last 8 months or so. You kind of separated from someone, or broke up, or you stopped talking, or you walked away for whatever reason, or it just ended because it just no longer was maybe emotionally fulfilling you, or wasn't where you wanted to be, or just wasn't doing it for you anymore. And maybe you guys just kind of like, your paths kind of divided, like you no longer were on the same page. Maybe this person was focused on their career, or they had other goals, other visions, and you had other, you know, you wanted something else, so it just wasn't aligned anymore. It could have just been like that. And maybe this person is, I feel like they're kind of like the light and you're like the dark, in like an energetic sense, where you're more withdrawn, you're more within, you're more maybe introverted. This person's more like a go-getter and out there and likes to get attention, or really likes to be, you know, the center of everything. And they could have a very like loud personality, or very extra dramatic, you know, likes to look the part. Maybe they're very attractive, they have nice hair or style, clothing, skin color, tan. Like I feel like they could be very kind of like, ooh, like they like to be the center of attention and very out there, and you're kind of like not into that. You like to kind of do your own thing. You don't really like to be bothered. And since the separation, or since you guys have maybe gone separate ways, you've been taking this time to go within and find out more about yourself, or do healing work, organize your life, make a plan for yourself. And maybe this has been a very spiritual time for you, where you're learning more about yourself, your internal world, what you want, and where you're going. Okay, I feel like you've been going within and trying to, it feels like maybe some of you are kind of like lone wolves, or like you kind of just been doing your own thing. You don't really like to be surrounded by a lot of people, and you just been kind of like not lonely, but you choose to kind of be alone and isolate yourself, or at least maybe that's how it's been for a little bit, or you're gonna feel like that, so you can kind of like reset or find yourself and your path. And as you do that, I feel like the universe or the world is opening up to you, and you're feeling a lot more, or you're gonna feel a lot more free, like you can breathe again. And I feel like something is coming into completion for you, or like you've already closed out or like ended a cycle, but also began a new one, which is funny because this is like your, you know, your solo return. And so I feel like you're entering into a new journey. This is like a very spiritual time for you, where you're really like learning more about yourself or figuring out your place and what you want in the world, and maybe expanding your horizons. Like what you thought you wanted, you're like, actually, you know, I think I want something different, or actually I think what I thought I wanted is not really what I want. I feel like my place is somewhere else. So you could be traveling very soon, or maybe you're traveling for work, or you're planning to go on a vacation or planning to travel, or maybe you just came back from traveling. But it feels like there is like you're connecting to another world, or you're going to be connecting with someone that's from a distance or from another place. Okay. And with this person here, I feel like they're feeling kind of heavy or drained or tired, like overworked, overburdened. Maybe they put too much on their plate and they thought they can handle it, and now they're kind of feeling exhausted, feeling drained, and doing too much and focusing on things that maybe aren't really spiritually rewarding. And I think you are actually the more spiritual one in the connection, or you were, I guess you are the more spiritual one, and they're more focused on like reality, you know, work, school, and money and status. And that's cool for you, that's important for you, but I feel like you are more, you know what matters in life. You're more focused on your internal world, your spirituality, and like having a balance. And this person maybe is just not there yet, and that's why your paths kind of like maybe divided, or you were no longer a match anymore. But I feel like now they're starting to feel kind of exhausted and kind of tired, and maybe realizing, you know, I think Capricorn was right. Like they told me about this, and now I'm feeling burnt out. Like they were right. So I think that this person, maybe if you haven't been talking to them, they probably have been thinking about you or have been remembering you in some way, shape, or form. But I actually don't feel like there's bad blood. I don't feel like there's bad energy, or like, oh, I hate you and like screw you, or revenge or anything like that. I don't feel like it was like that at all. I think there was like a very higher level of understanding, or like you're a lot wiser now, you're a lot smarter now, and you know, I feel like you're not blaming them, you're learning to just take things as it is, and go through life, just experience and see things as lessons. And with this connection here, I think you allowed it to just unfold, and it served its purpose. But I do feel like this person, maybe the things you shared with them or what you told them didn't affect them, or they didn't listen to you at the time. But now that time has passed, or that you're not in their life, they're starting to remember, like, oh yeah, like Capricorn used to tell me this, like, oh my God, like now I actually feel it, or now I get it. Does that make sense? All right, so we're going to be continuous on and extended to get more information, see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. Okay, so we'll continue on and extended. Link will be below. Just click the link, it'll take you to Vimeo, and you can choose your zodiac sign or whichever other sign you want to watch, and there you go. All right, so I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Happy birthday if you have your birthday this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.